welcome everybody. I'm John Zidar. This is our open and live discussion for OTC and penny stocks. LilyStar is normally here with me, but she has a conflict of scheduling today and she must be at the other place. So our bread and butter, it's just bread today. I'll try not to be too dry. We got some news going up here while people are coming in. This is news for the last few days. News I've handpicked. It's just not a feed or something. It's actually news I read and caught my interest. So I figure it might catch yours as well. So we're going to be talking about OTC stocks and penny stocks. And I have made some adjustments here. Because I'm alone, it's a little more difficult, but I got multiple screens up right now, all overlaid on each other, and I can see your comments. Hey, Silver Bull, appreciate your question already sitting there before we even got started. That's great. So I will be able to see your comments as we're doing this, and the best thing is I've avoided that tunnel vision, that looking at the screen view we keep getting. God, I get vertigo every time that comes up. I'm sure you don't like it either. So I think I've avoided that as well. So how has the market been faring with you this week? It's been a bit difficult. We are actually doing less and less volume this week. After about 10 days of volume increasing on the OTC market, it started to fall again. It's not a great feeling, and you can see it. It's definitely showing up in the numbers that trades and stuff, which we're going to jump into. Pages I always refer to every single day, multiple times, to find stocks that are running, find stocks that have got heat. You may not find any news or any filings on a stock, and still that stock will be running. And who cares, right? And the only way you really know is to see either the volume or the trades. And when you look at the volume, well, you don't know how many people that is. Now, you can use level 2. That will tell you live trades if you're monitoring it. It doesn't stay up there all day. So you can do it that way. Or you can just go to a page where they tally it up for you. Every time you come up, it's been added up to that moment in time. So you know exactly what's going on. And that's how I catch most of my runners. Or at least find the stocks that investors are looking at. Because let's face it, those are the ones that are going to be rising in price, the ones that have hundreds, even thousands of trades, which means hundreds, maybe thousands of people trading that stock. And that's price action. That's what we're looking for. Now, the penny stocks, we love to talk about penny stocks, folks. Penny stocks are stocks that are under $5 on any market. Now, I particularly like to find these stocks on the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. Why? Because they're free to trade. I don't know of any major exchanges right now that are still charging for this. So I can get into a stock. Let's say in the morning, I've got 2 stocks I'm watching and one takes off. And that's the one. I get my confirmation, I'm in. Well, boom, it immediately changes direction. Who knows why? We're not going to go research it while it's falling. I get out. How much did that cost me? Well, on the OTC, $14. Geez. And that makes us contemplate if we want to get out. That shouldn't be a factor. So I like that on the NASDAQ. And then when I see the other stock running, I can just put my money in over there. Hopefully I have that many trades. I'm a cash account. I don't know about you folks. I don't have any margins. And the great thing about cash accounts is we don't have any limits to day trades. No, we have no limits whatsoever. The only thing we have to deal with is our money settling. Kind of like a check. You know, you took your check into the bank, took 3 days to clear it. I think they've got it down to 2 days, and I heard they're trying to get it down to 1 day, which would be absolutely great. You could day trade and have your money the very next day, as you do with options. Speaking of options, I just want to take a peek here. Oh, that's not looking good. Oh, no. I played an option on earnings today on, who was that? Micron Technologies. And it doesn't look like it's going good. It fell really hard. Well, that's another tale for another day. All right, let's see what we've got over here. Well, not quite sure who is here. Say hi to me down there so I know who to say hi to. We got 1 viewer right now, but that's okay. You know, we've got 5 minutes after the hour. You got to let the dog out, get your coffee, take care of your own needs. That's all right. That's why we're running the news here, and I'm just blabbing away. So back to what we were looking at. Since we are talking about OTC, let's just get off this news, jump over to the OTC markets, and I'm going to open this up big. It doesn't like to be small. There you go. I think you can see all that information. The way I have my pages set up, I can see a little sliver of what you guys see. Right now, I have no idea what you see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. You could be on this page all day long, jumping around, doing this and doing that. But these numbers up here, they will not refresh unless you hit that refresh button. So you could come here at 10 in the morning and never hit that refresh, be working all day, and it'll say like 1.2 billion. And you're going, what? Then you hit that refresh button. But I'm saying what anyways. Holy cow. We dropped again, folks. Man, that's a lot. We hit a high, I think, of 15 billion last week. And we had hit a low, I mean, an absolute low, a floor of 4.7 billion. And that's after about 14, 15, 16 months of falling, just steady falling. We didn't have any bounce ups and up. No, we were just falling until about 2 Thursdays ago. We hit 4.7 and then it turned around. That Friday it came back up, and every day since it was climbing until this week. We started off the week at 11.2, and here it is Thursday, and we're down to 6.6 billion. Our trades have gone up. Our dollar volume is still down, so it doesn't look really good actually at all. So let me take a peek over here, see if anybody has a question. I know Silver Bull does. Hi, this is Isaac Silver Bull. Great to hear that. Well, you know, since it's me and you here, let's take a look at that stock you want to consider, GBT Technologies. I can open up a whole nother window here for us. GBT Technologies. I look at so many stocks until I actually see some information. I just don't recall a whole lot about them. You think I do, but honestly, it's just a Rolodex up there. All right, let's see what we've got going here. What was her volume today? A little less. She fell about 30% on her volume. Let's see, GB Technologies, development stage considers native Internet of Things creator, developing Internet of Things, artificial intelligence enabled mobile technologies. Share structure on this bad boy, not bad, 156. It's not a low float, but in some people's eyes, that is. And it really is not a bad float, not bad at all. What was their news here recently? No, that's from 2019. Oh, well, there you go. We got news 2 days ago, don't we? GBT Tokenized Core completed phase 1 of its intelligent soccer games analytics score prediction platform. I did read this. This was actually before I started doing this. This is one of the stocks I had considered talking about, but it didn't cut the mustard. Nothing personal. It just didn't. This is, I think this is going to be bigger than a lot of them because first off, soccer is much bigger than all the other sports. It's just the biggest sports out there. And from what I saw, this doesn't have any connection with gambling. I mean, that is to say, you can't place bets through it. It's not connected to a gambling house. So they don't need any special licenses, to get their app out there. This is just a prediction app to give you information so you can make your bets. That's really what it is. And it's independent of all that other legal stuff that they'd have to deal with. So I think it's big. I really like that. And I think it could be a hot product. Now, I haven't dove deep into it, but it does sound good to me. Let's see what they've had for financials, because a company making money is always more appealing than one that isn't. All the way 2018. All right, here we go. No, that's over a year ago. So I don't even see any money coming in right now. And did they have any filings here? They do have an 8K about a week ago. I love 8Ks. This is where you get the juicy information. I mean, it's not all great, but this is where you're going to find their joint ventures, their mergers, big investments. What do we got here? Departure of directors or certain officers and appointment of certain officers. Okay, so we're just changing the management, different people coming in and going. All right, well, let's take a look at that chart. I don't see anything going on here except that new product. I mean, that was just 3 days ago. And I'm not quite sure when it's launching and all that stuff, where it's launching, but I'm sure they're going to get it out there worldwide. All right, let me come back here and change my page. And I should avoid, hey, full screen. I don't normally get that. I have Lily here with me. And now we'll jump on over to the charts. All right. As I said, good. My options bouncing back a little bit here. It's fallen a lot. As you can see, they had earnings after market. But I got a week on this, and there's no telling what's going to happen tomorrow. The next day is always another tale to tell. All right, let's squeeze this on in. Bink. And let's take a look at, what was that ticker? Let me see what. GTCH. GTCH. No, I don't have no options. We just want the chart. What do we got here? 5-minute chart. Let's back up. I want a bigger picture. Let's look at the last year. All right, so she's been running at a steady decline all the way down, nowhere near 200, barely staying near the 50. 4 hour on this. She did have a strike through the 200 here, but she's still far away from it. She's finally got her MACD up here, but she's flat. She's not showing a whole lot, but she's there. You need to be up to that signal line. Let's see, 20-day going to be any different than this? So she hasn't had a whole lot of share count, has she? I mean, she's doing like 15 million a day. You had a spike here. What? I bet it was the 27th, wasn't it? Yeah. You can always tell when news came out. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's the 27th, and she had a nice jump, 001, almost 002, and went to 0083. So you have just shy of 400% jump there. I wonder how long that stuck around. Well, that's the 5-minute chart. And I'm sure if we look at the 1-minute chart, it's just 1 minute. Ooh, can't even get to that point. No, not on TOS. It's a pain to do it. So she was fast. And this is the 5-minute chart. And she got there in 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And boom, what a crash. Whoa, came all the way back down to 4. Woo, so she lost 50% of her gains right there. More than that, actually. And where she's sitting now, let's back this out. Actually, let's just do it this way. 5-day, 5-minute. Right. She needs some more news. She needs some more catalyst. She needs a tweet. I mean, honestly, that's what everybody wants on the OTC right now. The news is actually more important than the actual deed itself. Man, I can't tell you how many times I see a letter of intent get a spike like that. And then they actually close the deal and you get a little ripple. Bloop. And it's like, now a lot of people say the price was built in, but that's only if it stayed up. If it came back down to here, a little blip isn't a good payoff when the letter of intent got you that much, is it? Let's see, who else is here? Thieves. Good to see you, Thieves 1. What do you got? And GME Gene Baptized. Hey, I like all those subscriber buttons I see in there. Nice to see you folks. For those of you that have gotten here late, LilyStar had a scheduling conflict. She had a very important place she had to be. So we don't have her here today. I'm doing a solo. Hopefully I will give you enough information to keep you entertained. So what we can do now, if you like, I've got a list of stocks that I just grabbed up today from the week and today that I saw that were of interest. And I've got them already saved here, so we can just jump into that. I will have to change my share page here. All right, let's see, share page. They need to work on this share page. I could do a much better job than they've got. Which one are we going to? Right there. Okay. Yep, there we go. All right, let's see which one we got first. I did talk about this one in my video the other day, and the opportunity is still sitting on the table. And as a matter of fact, this is WNFT, okay? And as the name implies, they are going to be in NFTs, but they aren't yet. Now, the company just got that ticker and name yesterday. So when you look at their history, they've only got 2 days of history on the chart. They used to be GOFF, G-O-F-F. Now, they claim to be the first pure play NFT stock on the market. Now, when I did my video, they actually replied to me on Twitter, I think it was. Yeah, it was on Twitter that they replied to me, said, thanks for the shout out. And we have more news coming. Just want you all to be prepared for that. I was like, oh, cool. So in case you didn't watch, this isn't the page. Let me see. There is a man by the name of George Sharp. George Sharp is now the president of the company. He was not. He just became the president. At least that was listed in the last financial report. This man invests in dead companies. He finds companies that have been yanked off the market because they weren't filing, and they aren't filing because management abandoned the company. So there's nobody there to file to get him back on the market. So he jumps in. He says, whoa, I'll take this company over. I'll get it clean. I'll get it back on the market. And the courts let him do this. But it's his responsibility. He's got to take care of anything he discovers, no matter what it is. And there's a lot of buried sometimes. And it cost him personally. Well, he just took over the company. Normally, they're just a custodian. They kind of guide everything together from the outside. Now he's on the inside. And the only way he makes his money is to actually make a deal with the company and get him in here. That's when he gets his money back. So I'm real sure something's going to happen here soon. But what happened yesterday also was a 3-in-1 forward split. So if you had 10,000 shares, you woke up to 30,000 shares. Woohoo! But that also drops the price by the same ratio. So if it was 30 cents, it falls down to 10 cents. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. First off, it was a forward split that small, a 1 in 3. When you look at the chart and you see the price drop because it dropped at 2/3, it just looks like a bad drop. And it looks like, ooh, an opportunity for a recovery. So people who aren't even keeping up with the news are investing in this because there's 50, 60, 70%. Matter of fact, let's go take a look at that chart. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And we got to stop this one, jump back over there. See, isn't this annoying? They've got to have a better way to do this. All right, but I'm trying to get smoother at it. All right, so we're going to take a look at WNFT. Now, we've only got 2 days here. There's no more to look at. This was the split. Oh, I like the way they did that. That's very nice of them. Actually, this is the last 2 days of golf. I had to look at 2 different charts yesterday, and I had to put the pictures side by side so you could see the fall. And that just looks like a big fall. It doesn't look like a forward split. And look, more than 50% of it already came up. I mean, up here is where the price was at, around 60 cents. Oh, that's the wrong line. It was up around 60 cents, and it fell all the way down to 20 cents. Well, for recovery, that leaves you a lot of profit. And if they're only bringing it up right now down here, all of this is still profit. You are down here at 32 cents, and it wants to get up to about 58 cents. So you've got well over 50% gains sitting here. The other thing is the investors who are invested in this company already have all these free shares, right? And now the stock that they owned at 60 cents is only 19 cents. Boy, does that look appealing to them, right? They're in a good mood. They can buy more, and they already feel comfortable with this stock at this price. This is a value that the investors see in their minds, and it works exactly the same way with reverse splits, which is why they scare me to death. The price can be all the way down here. They do a reverse split, kick the price up to here, and no doubt people wake up and are upset that they've lost all those shares, and the price comes virtually right back down near the price it just left. Up here, you were even. You had less shares, but the price was high. But as soon as it fell, you were 500%, 600, 700% gains are going to need to get back, because the further you fall, the more you got to recover. So it seems to me that right now this is climbing slowly. I talked about this yesterday. I think it's going to get back up to here. I may be wrong, but it is slowly climbing right now, and there is news imminent. It's going to be an NFT company, and that's a babe. That's something we're not, fully developed in, like the metaverse. It's just beginning, already showing that a lot of people are interested in these basic NFTs. NFTs are going to get wicked. I mean, seriously, you're going to be able to have experiences, share private time with celebrities. You could have a private concert. I don't know. I mean, they can create multiple rooms and rooms open up. The longer you own the NFT, another room opens up to you. I mean, I haven't read that, but you can do anything you want, and we just haven't got there yet. So this could be big. So once the news comes out, this would be a great price, because everybody who's not read the news is going to see what it used to be, and they're going to see this news, and it's just going to start climbing and easily hit this and then start going more. So I think this is a real good stock to consider. CYAP is at a sweet, oh yes, 001. We like those 001s, even the single 01. Yeah, 0001's okay if you got time on your hands. 001 is the best. I mean, in my opinion, it is the best place to buy a stock, because first off, there's only one digit behind that, you know, like on an odometer, and that's got to go from 0 to 9, and blip, one goes to 2. But on a penny, there's 2 there. 99 has to go through, and then that goes to 2. So 001 has very little distance it has to cover to get to the next digit. And when it does, boom, you got 100% gains from 1 to 2. Really little movement. You don't know how small it is until you look at 1.001 to 0.002 and then bring your penny down to it and see how tight that is. It is unbelievably a small amount. When it hits 3, you got 200%. I mean, just keep going up. You just keep multiplying your money. And if you do that, it's easier to get out going up. Like when I get to 300%, back when the OTC market was hot, I was getting a lot of stocks that were doing 300% gains. I would take back 100, half of it basically, half of what was there, which was giving me all my investment back, plus a bunch of gains. And I left the other half out there as free shares. Just let it grow. And I did that and had 26 companies that had free shares and were all growing. I had to hack them all down because I was trying to buy a house, and that's where I got my down payment from. But it was all free shares that were growing without any more investment or attention from me. When the market gets that way again, I hope I can get another orchard planted. Let's see. This good day, sir. Good day to you, this guy. Just seen your ENDP video. How are your thoughts on the live as it goes? You know, someone else just asked me that as well. Someone found my video, got in, I think they said at 59 cents and fell down to 30. I seen that drop. Be honest, I'm in it too. And it's down right now. But it's an equity, you know, which means time is on our side. I play options as well, because when you have a down market, folks, seriously, you don't have to understand everything about driving a car to drive it. You need to know the steering wheel. You need to know the gas pedal. You need to know the laws. But not every law, just the basics, and you can get around anywhere you want. Now, there's a lot more to know about the car, obviously. There's a lot more to know about the laws. There's more to know about geography, but it doesn't stop you from getting around. That's the way options are. You can buy and sell calls and puts. Puts are a way to make money if a stock is falling. And you play any stock in the puts, I mean, the options are not as expensive as you think. They're $10, $20, $30, and you can get out of them in 5 minutes or 5 days. It's all up to you. What I'm saying is, if we're in a down market, you're only going to make money by really getting lucky and finding those runners and hoping you find them, or playing the downtrends on the bigger stocks and just cashing in on this bear market. A little bit of knowledge can take you a long way. And that's what we teach, folks. That's what these shows are for. We're trying to bring you into Titan trading, penny boys. We teach you how to trade options, crypto, how to read the charts. We want you to gain. I mean, that's why we're here. We have lots of free stuff, folks. It's not all paid for. Sure, we have some pay for premium stuff, but most of what we have is free. Lots of live streaming, just like this, from professional traders doing live trades. You can pick their trades up right there and follow with them. It's really, really great. So what were we talking about here? Oh, we were talking about WNFT. So I think that will continue to grow, folks. Let's take a look at CYAP. You said it was at the 1. Let's take a look at that since you brought it up. Yes, we are. Let's take a bigger picture. Let's see if she is set up for any sort of breakouts. I'm not seeing much here. Obviously, I looked at this a long time ago. Why is that line so far back? Wow. Wow. I have no idea. 3 years? That's 1 year. I'm wondering if I just extended this or I actually had a start to it. I actually have a start to it. So this is when I looked at this stock. This is back in August of last year. So it's been a while. I was probably watching it back here. You can see she had a lot of strength and activity back here and then has just flatlined, just dead. That's 3 years right there. Let's come all the way back down to 20 days. So where were we? We were at a 001.5 here. She got under that 50-day right here, is trying to stay on top of it, I would expect another one of these blowouts. While she's doing this, you can see the 200-day SMA is getting closer and closer. She's already poked it once. This is what they want to do. Stocks really want to get up there. And it's because investors, we all use these signals. Everybody uses the 200, the 50-day, the 20, the 9-day. We all do. So we're all seeing the same picture. And we've all been trained the same way, that when that price gets close to that 200 or that 50-day, the yellow one is ready to cross the 200, we know there's a good probability, not a guarantee, but a stronger probability that something is going to go up. And that's what we all play at the same time. So this is getting closer and closer. May take another day on the 1 hour chart for this to get close enough to start teasing it. We are still on a down incline here. Middle ground, even worse than middle. So she isn't showing a lot of heat at this very moment. Let's see what that 5 day is about. She is at a sweet spot, but unless you want to just buy and hold, you would only get into this probably if she had some sort of catalyst, right? So let's go see if there's anything going on with this stock. CYAP. Got you up there this time? I do. All right, there we go. All right, CYAP. Pink. What's this news? That is that's 2015. Whoa, that's even further back than the chart. Goodness gracious. Let's see what their share structure is. Got over 500 million shares. Some would call that a low float. I'm not one of them. Cyber apps. All right, let's see what her financials. Any money. See, that's the big thing here, folks. Everybody's looking for companies that either have deals happening or are making good money. So this company needs to be making a deal if they're not making any money. Let me see here. Let me open this up. No verified profile. I wanted to see if she was a shell company. I mean, I don't see any money coming in here. And if we go to the quarterly, nothing. And the zeros mean they are filing. They're pink current, so they are filing. If they weren't, there'd just be dashes there. So there's not going to be anything to absolutely see over here. Oh, we do have an 8K. I like 8Ks. They're always exciting. I never know what I'm going to find. There's a little bit of apprehension when I open these. Let's see, on June 23rd, following the creation of a series of preferred shares, we issued 100,000 shares to a super voting Katrina Malenko. All right, so they're moving shares around with their directors, making people feel happy. All right, anything else there? They did have a quarterly report just come out, and honestly, because there's not a lot of information about this company, this is where you need to come. Forget Google. Don't be going over to Investor Hub. Now, there's not a lot you have to look here. You could do some deep diving, but really, you want to see total assets, right? And this is last year's, this is this year's. Are they doing better or worse? Then you want to see their total liabilities, not their shareholder liability, though that's important too. But how much do they owe? That's not bad. They owe less than they've got. That's a great thing. And then you want the revenues. Sometimes that's hard to find. You only see their net losses. But after that, that's all this is. They tell you what the company's about, their concerns. You see that? Growing concerns. Now, most of this is redundant. They cover anything. I mean, everything, because they don't want to ever be sued that they didn't say, well, you didn't tell us this could be a problem. So they do cover things that could be a problem. I rarely read that sort of stuff. But when you come down here, you can find background. See, here we get dates, and they start telling you exactly what this company's been doing in chronological order. So you can get a lot of information if they've been doing anything at all. So don't waste any time. Yes, it's a little deep, but if you're looking for specific stuff, you know, like mergers or acquisitions or split, something like that, you know, just use your search and just put that word in there, MERGER, and see if it comes up anywhere. Nope, no mergers mentioned in this document. Cover that whole document with a list of keywords that you're always looking for to see if it's in there, because they will mention that in a 10K. And here's the other thing, folks. This is a great piece of information. I don't know why I haven't said this before, but if you're going to get into a penny stock, an OTC stock especially, and if it's a pink, dive into these, dive into all of their records. I'm sorry, if it's going to be a long hold, you want to know if they've ever discussed or ever voted on a reverse split. They may have voted on one 8 months ago and reserved the right to use it any time in a year. And they do not have to tell you the day before, the week before that they're going to do it. You just wake up and it's a done deal. And what happens? Well, you've just lost most of your shares. And then when others wake up, they see they've lost shares and the price falls. And now you're holding a bag with nothing in it. It's very, very aggravating. So if you're going to get into a pink, even a QB, make sure that they have not discussed a split, a reverse split, any time in the last year. You don't want to get caught on those. So we don't see a whole lot of catalyst going on with CWAP. So, you know, you can always run over to Twitter. We can do that. Actually, I don't want to do that one, because I want to share, if we have time, I'll share another stock with you that I found, and it's running because of a tweet. So I like to come over to Twitter as a backup research tool. It's not coming up. Well. We'll just come back to GLCT since this one's working. CWAP. Get rid of that one and come back to this one. All right, CWAP looks like a change of control in 8K. Huge deal for this setup. 3 hours ago, turn off the faucet, lock. What the heck does that mean? Let's see. CWAP, the next runner, only 500 million float. Yeah, that's a $500 million. See what I mean? Only. Come on. You know, that's okay. I've seen stocks out there with, 10 billion. So, yeah, okay, 500 only. PR next week. I'm not quite sure where they got that, but we'll take their word for it. 1.7 million in assets, right? 651 million micro cap. Canceled their offering. That's always exciting. You don't want them selling more shares to the public. That just makes your shares worth less. Last date of the lawsuit is 29/6, 6 days from now. I'm not even aware of the lawsuit, so that's something that obviously should be researched. That could be a catalyst in itself. If it ends in 6 days, whatever it is, if it gets them out of the hot water, people love that. Absolutely. The gorilla off your back. Work on new project, Bazaar online shopping website. So that's about it. I don't see anything else here. The company is seeking damages of $15 million for its decrease in market capitalization due to the wrongful actions of EMA, as well as punitive and other damages. PR regard and lawsuit will be published by the end of the month, stated the company. Well, that's going to be a difficult. I always find these lawsuits, whether they're made by investors, because I'm sure you have seen many of the companies you get invested in all of a sudden have a lawsuit come against them. Well, first off, it is an investor that's doing it. It's normally not the the FCC or SEC or FINRA. It's not them. It's an investor who's upset. And second, you normally have to have lost $100,000 to qualify to be in that lawsuit. Well, how many people are investing that kind of money in sub-penny stocks? Come on. I mean, wow. If you've got that kind of money to spend, why are you crying about it to your lawyer? And third, and most important, most of them don't come to anything. Nothing, because there's lack of evidence. They declare that something wasn't said by management, or they said this and it didn't happen exactly the way they said it, but there's no evidence. It's all hearsay and conjecture. So, most of the time I just brush them off. Unless it's something serious, I just brush off, like XRP cryptocurrency. That became an issue because it was the government on their back. That's a whole different ball game, right? All right. I haven't seen if there are any questions here. I enlarged my page so we can make this easy. Let's see if anybody is talking to me. I don't want to miss out. Let's see what we got here. Last year, you did a great video on CWAP. Last year, did I? See, that may have been back when I was with Framework Fortune. I was with the YouTube group before this one, and I made a lot of videos for them as well. All right, so you want to see another stock that I've been looking at? This one seemed to have a big run today. Let's see if I can remember why we were looking at it. I'm going to open up my screen because this page hides information. All right, what was the reason? Vexit. Doggone it. I just covered this yesterday. They had a conference. I said it was boring news. Right. Somebody probably watched my video and could tell me. But I do know that it was the chart that drew me back to this stock. I can't remember what the catalyst was. Bloody hell. Excuse my language. Let me get back to where you are. You guys got lost on me. There you are. All right, I'm going to go over to the charts and we'll look that up because she was running today and I think she still got more run in her. That's why it's important to look at this one. All right, let's get my... Let's get that up there. Are we there yet? Yeah, there we are. Okay, so this is VXIT. Exit. All right, I remember the company now at least. Virus Exit is basically their name, and they own another company, Safe Force Technology or something like that. And this company, VXIT, there's two companies in one subsidiary. This one makes the products and the Safe Force sells them through their routes. And their news, they had something come out. I can't remember what it was, but it has been running. We looked at it. Was it yesterday? No, it was here. Yeah, we looked at it right here. So it did run a little more yesterday, took off today, but it gave them all back and just went right back on that same line, right back on it. But it's holding it. It's still holding it. Now, it did fall very hard here, but everything is looking like it wants to continue on. So you may want to put VXIT on your watch list simply for that reason, a continuation of growth. You never know how many days these things can give you. Someone had mentioned ENDP, and ENDP, like we were saying, did fall. These contraception companies are running right now, folks. Between the Roe versus Wade decision, definitely got it on the table. But it is Judge Thomas that has got the ball rolling and picking up speed. And as far as I'm concerned, every time Judge Thomas addresses this issue, it's going to put the spotlight on these companies. Now, there's a lot of them out there. I've heard of just up to almost a dozen companies, but I'll bet you there's more. I found one yesterday and lost it. They have a exclusive contract to sell Trojan condoms. Well, if they're the only company selling these condoms, I think Trojan might be a good one to invest in. We looked at one the other day. They only have one drug. It may have been ENDP. And that's all it takes is one drug for the women, and it's running. EVFM is another one. So these companies aren't just going to run for a little bit. I mean, these decisions are changing the entire country. We're all affected by this, and we're all going to have to change the way we live to deal with it. So the businesses are going to have to swing with the market sentiment, whatever we're buying, whatever we're having to do. So we could see this repercussions for a while. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to keep, a list as you keep hearing of more contraception companies, because they may come out with something. I don't know what. The other day, there was a company we covered. Maybe I didn't cover it. They increased their supply chain for Eflix, I believe it was their contraception for women. They already have a lot, but they want more. Let's see what else we got. I do have another one. I got to jump back. Let me do this as fast as I can. Okay. Let's see here. Where are we at? There we are. All right. How about this one I saw in the news today? I think I even grabbed the news. What was the news? I think it was the fact Thermogenesis Holdings, Inc., Wall Street Analysis have assigned a consensus price of $6 to this stock. Now, they talk about how bad this stock has fallen. I mean, just tremendously. Now, before you go jumping onto a stock because you read a price target is way up in the sky, a price target is only as good as the analyst who gives it. If it's, I don't know, Stanley Morgan, yeah, people are going to listen to that one. He comes out and says a $6 price target. Whatever the price is right now, you can be assured it'll go up to $5.98. It won't hit 6. It might go over it, but it'll come right back down just under it. I see it over and over again. However, a lot of people do take these seriously, and this stock is way, way down. Let's see, the price right now is 27 cents, right? 27 cents, and you've got somebody out there saying, and it's the only one, but penny stock hunters are looking for things like that. It's only down about 1.5% today, but all it takes is for a few people to see a technical on the chart and then put that together with this piece of news, and boom, you got an explosion. This thing could run. Another one that is a legitimate company that is doing business that was in the news. Let's see if I got the news up here. No, it wasn't news. It was filings. It's actually 2 filings. This is Life Clips Inc., ticker LCLP. Finished today at 0031. So we're talking a sub penny stock, really cheap, up 58% today. Now, as I said, there was no news press, but you had to keep up with the filings. There was 2 filings, and you need to read them both. So the first one that came out on the 27th, and they told us that they had decided that they were going to effect a reverse split of a 1 to 100. So for every 100 shares you had, they were going to give you 1. And then they also said they were going to increase the authorized share count up to 5 billion, and they were going to change their name to Belfrix Group Holdings. But then today they came out with another filing which says, right here, we hereby request immediate withdrawal of that filing, the PRE 14C, which was filed with the Securities Exchange Commission on June 27th and with any of its exhibits. So they're yanking it off, trying to erase it. We're not doing it. So there's no reverse split. There's no name change. There's no increase in the authorized shares. Made the investors happy. Wouldn't you be happy to avoid a reverse split? That's why it's running, I guess. It doesn't take much. People celebrate. But because there's been no added value to the company, what's the chances that the gains are going to stay there? Most likely not. Wherever it runs to, it's probably going to come back. It may stay up a smidge, may come down lower. That's the problem. Without a catalyst, there's no rhyme or reason to why it's running except people are happy. But there's no extra value. But that's the trader's game. Looking for those emotions of other traders as they're getting excited, and we jump on their shirt tails and ride it up until they get upset or sad or greedy, and then we get out. Okay, who else? Snookeroo. Great to see you here. Afternoon and happy 4th. Yes, it is. It's going to be a long weekend. In case some of you don't know, we have a half a day trading on Friday. There's only a half a trading day tomorrow, and there's no trading on Monday. So it's an especially a long weekend. Yeah, some of you didn't know that, did you? All right, I got another one here for you. Let's see. CWAP GLCT. Yes, this is the one I was going to show you. GLCT, Gain Clients Inc., pink tier. Got all those green ticks I'm always going on about. About 2 cents. Look at that, folks. 250% gains. The stocks I see getting gains of over 200% are on tweets. That's it. It is not a PR. It's a bloody tweet. Twitter has got so many people on it, folks. This is like the biggest trading platform there is. People see a technical and talk about it. There's nothing else to be seen. That stock runs. And where are they talking about it? On Twitter. So you cannot discount Twitter. And that's what happened. The company put out a tweet. Matter of fact, I erased it. Let me back up. There we go. This is actually their Twitter account. That's the pinned one from October of 2020. I want to show you the, let's see which one. 3 hours ago, the 28th. All right, this one came out yesterday. This is what got it running. We are excited to finally be in a position to release some more news about our efforts in Texas. Stay tuned. Right? It's a polite way of saying wait. We haven't forgotten about you, but you don't have your meal yet. You're still sitting there with nothing on your plate. And what was the most current one before that? We know you have an appetite for news. We're working on delivering it to you. Then they had one today. You got to keep once they start this, they got to keep it going. We would like to assure all of our shareholders that our plans are coming together perfectly. We have no intention of diluting unnecessary or ever do a reverse split. Now, that's a pretty solid statement. Not a legal document. This is Twitter. They didn't put it in a PR or a filing. This is just Twitter. Our numbers are growing, and we will be happy to provide our shareholders with very exciting news shortly. Do we actually have another tweet up here? We do, 2 hours ago. How about that? Just to further clarify on our last tweet, okay, we have a handful of major updates coming in July. Stay tuned. Well, July's tomorrow, okay, but there are 31 days in July? Correct me if I'm wrong. So they are giving us lots of stand by and wait. You know, this really does feed the fire. That's all they're doing is they're throwing wood in the fire. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong or anything. You know, anything that puts heat into our market is okay by me. I really don't mind. So this is what's got it running. Let's go take a look at that chart so you can see what 250% looks like on a couple of tweets. I show you this all the time in my videos. Tweets get these stocks running. All right, let's jump out of this one. Where is my share button? Oh, I can just stop it here. All right, we'll get into share and jump over into my screens. Yes, I appreciate you bearing with me, folks, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Hit that like button down there while you're here, please. It helps the algos. It really does. The more of those we get, the more Google sees you see me, and it matters since we don't have any backlinks. All right, let's get that in there. Blah, blah, blah. All right, where is it? No, that's not it. That's it. Okay. Let me get you back up there. All right, so what stock was it we were going to look at? We were going to take a peek at GCLT. All right, so I've already been here. Let's back this up. Let's go to the 4 hour. So her high 6 months ago is just over 2 cents. Guess where she hit today, folks? Look at that. Boom. Hit her high today. Her average back here, big strong support, is about 1.5 cents. Man, she just ripped through that 200 today. She has been through it a couple times. Not afraid to poke her head over it, but this off a tweet. But then the company doesn't have a lot of information around to read. So this is something they've been waiting for. So anybody who has been standing by probably bought more today. Let's see what we get on that 1 hour. So yesterday, that's the 30th, the 29th, the 28th, the 27th. So here you can see it was flat. The day before we were at 0057. Then he put out his first tweet. And then yesterday he put out a tweet. And today he put out a few tweets. The more you put out, the better it works, obviously. And you know, it went up 250%. It did have a pullback. So what did it actually go up? Let's call that 58 to 217. 58 to 217, just shy of 400% gains. 58 times 4 would be 240. We're at 217. Okay, so maybe 350. But she did pull back. How far back did she pull? Not too far. She's down here at 2 cents. 2 cents. And she still looks strong. She is ripping through here, just rolling uphill. I mean, if you were to put this flat, it just looks like it's rolling. Now, nice algorithm, right? Just like this. Just coming through there. The technicals are warming up. They are pushing up, and we got a crossover. Oh, I like that. Got a crossover right there. So GCLT could be a long way. And if he doesn't get to it till the end of next month, he better keep feeding us with good, stronger teasers like Ally does, ALYI, not through Twitter, but through their press releases. Or he's got to come out with some solid news. But again, chances are you watch and see, just out of curiosity's sake, see if when he actually mergers, when the deal happens and solidifies and closes, see if it's a smaller bump than the informing us that he's going to do it. I'll bet you it is. All right. Wall Street Warlord. Man, it's good to see you. How are you? The ultimate OTC stock leader stars is the best of the best. Well, we try. We've got our own channel again. Penny Boys got pulled down, actually, by mistake. So we had to shuffle me back over here just to keep the people fed. And we just decided to keep me here. So, yeah, this is my new place to be. All right, we got 9 minutes here. Let's see. I want to show you another stock. Do I have any more? Let me make sure I got something before I tease you here. No, I really don't. Do you have any questions out there, folks? Is there any stock you'd like me to look at? We got 9 minutes. I'd like to look at any stock that you want. News, charts, maybe a penny stock up on the NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange. Right. Okay. Well, let me show you up to 400 subscribers. I think I just about touched that. I think I have. Now, I'm not making any money. I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers before Google will pay you, something like that. And I don't know how many views you got to have. But if I'm into making money, I can just do the YouTube shorts. That doesn't pay for advertising. That just pays for views. And it's like TikTok. You're pushed up. Nobody has to come find you. You just get pushed up and that sort of stuff. All right. The one thing we can take a look at here. Are we still on it? No, I need to get back over to our share. Let me grab that down. I'm going to take us over to a page. Oh, I'm going to write this company, tell them to come up with a shortcut button. Here we go. All right, I'm going to open my page up. I can't see anybody talking right now. So this is my favorite page over here at the OTCmarkets.com website, folks. You can come here any time of day to find runners. You got some money that you want to invest in the stock, but you don't want to get into a long hold. You're just looking to play a trade, maybe even a swing trade. This is where you go. One of the great pages, current market right there. It's going to bring you to this most active page. And all this is cliff notes of all 12,000 stocks. And if you want to look at decliners because you're shorting stocks, they got that. But we want to look at advancers, go to all, hit more, and the whole page becomes yours. Now, they got all the information you can get anywhere. The symbol, price change. You can see how much money's generated. That's unique. Share volume and trades. This is the key, folks. Trades right there. You're looking for stocks that have high numbers. Now, this is the end of the day, so it's a full culmination. But you can come here starting at about 10 to 10. There's a 15-minute delay on it. And you've got to refresh it each time you come here to get it updated. But you can see which stocks are catching attention. And all these black diamonds are expert markets, so don't even worry about those. So right there's the stock we just looked at, GCLT. This is how I found it. This is exactly where I found it. It was showing a high number. So we got a high here of 822 trades, 40 million shares. That's what I'm looking for. Now, when you come here first thing in the morning, there's no big numbers like that. Not yet. But there are those that are running. So you may see somebody with a 10. There may be a 23. You see how many there are here that are just single digits? They stay that way all day. But look, 400% gains. And you may start seeing high share volume in some of them, but they don't go anywhere because there's no people trading it. You got into that thinking, oh, this baby's running. Well, there's nobody else to bid against you. So you're going to be holding it until someone wants some. So I come in here looking for those stocks. Click this, takes you to their page. Go to the news, go to the disclosures. If nothing there, jump over to Twitter. That is my formula. I come here, find a high number, see if it's in the right price that I want to be in, click it, news, disclosures. If I haven't found anything, Twitter. After that, I'll just go look at the chart because technicals are really all you need. All the rest of that doesn't even matter. As long as you have a technical that shows a breakout, a crossover, a bullish pennant, a triangle, a wedge. And this is really where you need to be putting your attention. This is an education that's going to go on and on. You can be doing research and studying stocks, but that information is going to constantly be changing like sports. You got to keep updating what you know about it because it's always changing. But what you learn about charting, what you learn about patterns, supports, EMAs, SMAs, this is going to improve your trading and you'll never lose it, and it'll only get better and better, and you're not wasting your time because that information isn't changing. You're just honing your skills. All right, we got 4 minutes left. Let me see if anybody's over there. Shrink my page. Any word on RV bankruptcy? How's it Revlon running today? Let's look at Revlon. I thought Revlon was running today. That is a bankruptcy. And I'm not sure exactly where they're at, but the truth of the matter is 18% gains today. Truth of the matter is a bankruptcy does not fix fast. I mean, they take months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. You got to break everything down, figure out who's going to get paid, how to get paid, who's going to control the company when it comes back up. You know, there's a lot to be done. And initially, I can't explain why these bankruptcies run. I mean, look at ELMWS. I put in the wrong ticker on my video last night. That one, Electric Last Mile. It was on the NASDAQ, got yanked down here to the OTC market, and is blasting off. They've got a long road ahead of them. You don't get out of a bankruptcy because you change your mind. You just don't scrub that filing. No, you're in it. You're going to have to work your way out of it. So these things run initially. After that, you wait to see the bottom. It will really, really get low, and you'll be able to buy it pennies on the dollar. And if you're patient, you've got to be patient for all the bureaucracy and legal stuff to get taken care of. And they get back out there and word is put out. Boom. Boy, you know, everybody's been waiting for it, and it takes off, and your penny on a dollar stock starts paying you dollars on the pennies. And that's when you're really excited because your patience and your insight paid off. Okay, let's see. ENJY is 2. ENJY is another ENJY. What is ENJY? Ooh, ENJY is going down. NASDAQ, what? Now, I just saw another company got pulled off. Remember, folks, companies on the NASDAQ that are under $1 can't stay down there very long. I posted some news today somewhere. There's a company that has got to December 14th. They got to get up over $1 for 10 days straight. You got to close over $10 for 10 days straight, or that's it. You are thrown down to the OTC market. And that's what happened to Electric Mile. And that's happening to a lot of companies. Class A ordinary shares. Let's see here. Are they making any money? Oh, heck. Can't tell. I wonder why? Sometimes, see, this could be a representation. No, enjoy. All right, I see their name there. That's going to be part of their ticker. The last letter, in a lot of cases, a Q, a D, an F. There's lots of letters that go in the very end, and they tell you what's going on with the company without you having to read anything. And I couldn't remember if Y meant something or not. Well, folks, we have got 1 minute left. I like John. Pragmatic yet optimistic approach. Very informative, and he keeps it real. I do that. I try not to hype anything up, folks. And any other news on shrimp? Had some action this week. Oh, we'll let that be the last word. Shrimp, natural shrimp. They work here in the United States. They've got a couple of different growing facilities. That's what they do. They grow shrimp in vats, and they put electricity into the water, just enough to kill the bacteria, but not hurt the shrimp. And that's been the problem, the growth of bacteria in this water. And then they got a filtration system that is doing wonders to keep the poo and the pee that the shrimp put in the water all taken care of. And they are these big, delicious shrimp. They are trying to get 5 facilities together, and we were told they were going to be doing a reverse split. That's what they said. It was either a 1 in 15 to a 1 in 25. And there was a clause that was in this disclosure, very unique, so unique I haven't found it anywhere else. And I did do a search. Yes, I did. They said if you have no more than 100 shares of our stock before the reverse split, you will have no less than 100 shares after the reverse split, which when I translate that, it means your 100 shares are untouched by the reverse split. Now, what's the big deal about that? The price changes. The price changes with the reverse split. I've got 100 shares. Yeah, I do. Personally, I bought 100 shares of this for $17. No, $23. It's dropped down to $17. And if they do a reverse split and it goes to 15 or 25, I'm going to get 15, my investment, my $17 times 15, or my $17 times 25, whatever it's worth right now. And I didn't buy another share. My $17 is going to increase 25-fold for nothing. Now, some of my Lily doesn't believe that's the way it's going to happen, and it doesn't sound like it should. But I don't know how many people would take advantage of it, but that's it. So to answer the question, I haven't heard anything about this reverse split. They said it was going to happen by the end of June, I believe it was. Then I think they told us in May. So I don't know. This is what you get with stocks on the OTC. A lot of information, but not a lot of stuff being done. However, I do trust shrimp. It is an American company, and they do have big plans, and we do need food here in America. You don't want to eat shrimp coming from overseas, folks. All right. We're going to let that be the end of the show. Thank you, Snookeroo. Thanks, folks, for showing up. I really appreciate it. Whether it's one of you or 100,000, the fact that any of you consider me worthy of listening to is really, really a good feeling. And honestly, as you said, I am just trying to keep it real. Just trying to show you what others are looking at, what I'm looking at. And then, hey, if you want to look at it, that's up to you. I'm not here to twist your arm. I never get paid to share a stock with you. I don't get paid to interview CEOs. I don't make any money for this. I just do it because I want to do it. All right, folks, I'll be looking for you next Thursday. I do believe that LilyStar will be with me next week, so it'll be a little more fun. On that note, I will see you then. Thanks, folks.